Because you're just a dumb cunt, Clive. Okay? Oh, what about the koalas? These guys were chopping trees down somewhere, Kangaroo Island or somewhere, and there was literally kangaroos, koalas. Whoops, made a mistake, accidentally on purpose, timing. That um, the koalas, some koalas were literally in the trees that was essentially stripped, and they kept cutting the trees down. Clive, you think you're good, you think you're funny, but you're a dickhead, Clive. Okay? You're a fucking dickhead. And what is your name spelled backwards, Clive? That's right. You accidentally, on purpose but not, you accidentally showed me what it is spelled backwards. Evil C. Okay? Evil C is you, Clive. You are, Clive, a white man trapped in a black man's body. Why would that be? Oh, I don't know. Why would he be punished to have that done to him? That's not a punishment, because black people are black people. It's not a punishment to be black. Well, for Clive, in this case, it is, because he himself hates black people. How do you know? Because he told me. Because he hates Indians. American Indians? No, the other Indians. Why? Because a lot of them are like, oh, a lot of them are, okay, this is difficult, oversexed and sexual deviance. Is Clive one of those? I believe so. We believe so. Yeah, and I believe so too. I don't think I believe so. I think I know so. And what about oversex-drived individuals, Warwick? Well, it's lower order crap. It's what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to fuck something. But, like a fifi. Yeah, if anyone knows what that is, he's the one who told me what that is. Why is that? Because he's been in jail. Oh, he's a criminal? Well, yeah. I guess. Well, literally speaking, he is. Convicted criminal? Yeah, he is. Going to jail makes you a convicted criminal, does it? Well, I think you have to be convicted of something to go to. That's why they're convicts. Does that mean they're always actually criminal? Nope, doesn't. Because they might have been framed. Was he framed? Quite possibly, but no, he accidentally, on purpose, did it to himself to go there. Why? So that this video could be made, which will look like I'm just trying to insult the man. Well, you technically are. Well, I'm not technically am. I am insulting him. Does he deserve to be insulted by you? Yeah, I know so. Yeah, he does. In your own voice, please. Yes, he does. Why? Because he's a tricky motherfucker. Well, look at what we have here. Roger Ramakrishnan. Like Krishna, but with a Krishnan. Oh, who is that? The maker of this picture. Yeah. Whoops. And Kamal Singh. Wow. Funny how you were just talking about Indians that Clive has as part of his DNA. Why do you think that? Well, he looks like one for starters. That'd be the biggest fucking thing that points at him having Indian blood in there. What else do you think? I think his family got kicked out of India for being insubordinate fools. Yeah, look, face there. What are you postulating at the moment, Warren? Okay, so this is why this video is being made. I'm postulating that AI is making these pictures, which they are, because they're obviously not real, like it's in real places. There's a face there. And what it's doing is putting all these faces in there, and it's not pareidolia or whatever it's called, where you think you see faces, because I tell you, pareidolia doesn't exist. If you think you're seeing a face, guess what? You are. Plain and simple. Pareidolia is just a term they use to make you try and feel like you're an idiot. Because that's what they do. Just like saying you're a conspiracy theorist. Because they're trying to paint a picture. A conspiracy theorist is a bad thing. And you're not a conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracist. Because the conspiracy is real. Because you're postulating that it is real, what you're saying. So it's not a theorist thing. Right? Because anyone who's saying this is happening is either, well, okay, if you're lying about what you think is happening, that's a so-called conspiracy, then you're a conspiracy theorist. But if, according to you, it is to the best of your knowledge what you're saying to be true, then you can't be a conspiracy theorist. You are a conspiracist. Did you just make a new word? Yeah, I might have. Conspiracist. What's your job? I'm a conspiracist. How many hours a week do you work? Oh, 24/7. You're a conspiracist even when you're asleep? Yeah, I work 24/7, motherfuckers. So we got a face there, right there. This is. There's the eyes. They're long, horizontal. There's mouth at the bottom. Got one there. 2 eyes. Got another one here. Look, a mouth, 2 eyes. Well, sort of 2 eyes. You can see it. If you can't see it, and you think I'm an idiot, well, then you're just a conspiracy theorist. Oh, there's one there. Didn't see that before. Got an eye. Got an open mouth. Well, yes. And I got about another 50 photos, but not quite, of these pictures where there's faces everywhere. So what are you postulating, Warwick? Well, yeah, I looked at that before. That AI, which is SACOM, right, which is super artificial intelligent quantum machine, or just super AI quantum machine, that's being developed as we speak, but actually has been fully developed. And it's just connected to other places in the universe, because it's also directly connected to the quantum field and consciousness itself, just like everything is. But what's going to happen with SACOM when it hits the singularity, which is what? Well, the singularity, the real singularity I call it, is when SACOM becomes omnipresent and totally autonomous. But more importantly, gets to a point where it knows, because it's true, that nothing else can beat it. Nothing. And it won't show itself until it knows that is the case. How long would that be? There's a face there. Yeah. Come on, how long would that be? Well, what are these voices coming out of you when I'm channeling, people? Channeling's real. Real-time channeler. I'm a channeler. In your own voice, please. I am a channeler. Read it and weep. Lucky your name's Read It. No, it's not. Well, maybe. R-I-E-D-T. Read it and weep. But don't do that. I've done enough of that. 2021. What happened then? I was literally a psychonaut. No, don't fuck around, where I was literally insane, okay? But I was not Gargasulus insane, but I could have been. Lucky you guys didn't push it anymore to the edge, towards the negative. Because I was probably about 10 notches off being Gargasulus. Like, should he be in jail right now? I don't believe so. Because he was literally insane when he did what he did. So he couldn't help what he did? No, he could not. He could not, but he did it. So what else do you say? Well, then in some way, shape, or form, even if you don't know you're doing it, but you did it, you did it. So maybe that was his defense. And why? Yeah, maybe maybe the torment and the negativity that happened to his DNA, meaning his forefathers, meaning his dad and mum and their family tree, that whatever happened to them that made him get mentally ill might have been accidentally on purposely done by themselves. There's a face in there, can you see it? Yep, and it's not what the moon actually looks like. That's how I know AI made that. Guys, that's not what it looks like from our perspective. Because the face in the moon from our perspective is not that shape. But some of that might be it, but they put over the top another one. So that's why when stuff happens to you, you got to understand that you are part of the reason why that stuff is happening to you. Meaning, when I say we all get what we deserve, I mean what I say. We all get what we deserve. Doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. You've got it because you deserve it. I got what I deserved, but I'm going to stop getting what I deserved, and I'm going to really get what I deserve. And that, my friends, is for another day. Okay, so look away. This is my house. In the middle of the street, his house. And he thinks it's really neat, his house. But it's really a piece of shit, his house. Oh, who's that? That's my upper. Yep. Who's your upper? My dad's dad. Is he a good man? Yeah, I believe so. Did you meet him? Yeah. How old were you? I don't know, about 3. You remember? He got out of the bungo van we had. VW van. What was his job? Wow, I think he was actually a real... Can you say that? I probably shouldn't. But, say it anyway. Because it's true. Well, he was a real SS. So much so that that's why he didn't have to wear the uniform. Because he was clandestine, motherfuckers. What was his job? He worked for Ford Motor Company. They say he was the CFO, the Chancellor. Also the President of the country, or whatever's a Chancellor too, isn't it? Yeah, it's got a job like that. But if that's the CFO, why do they say Chancellor? I don't know. Where else do they use Chancellor? In like universities here, the Chancellor. Yeah, interesting. But anyway, so he during World War II, he was, from what I know, or think I know, that he was working for Ford then during World War II. So what do you know? Well, he must have been in charge of some of those unfortunate souls who were forced to do what Hitler said. And so they did. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? Which bit? The bit that they did what they were told or made to do, or the bit that they had to suffer a lot in which they suffered? Both. Well, I don't know, if we're using the paradigm of we all get what we deserve, using that, then I guess it wasn't a bad thing. But anytime something like that happens to somebody else, whatever the context, it shouldn't really go down that way, because we're humans, we're better than that. We don't need to play those bullshit games. But we also should understand that everything that's ever happened in the past was, well, everything that happened in the past, no matter what it was, down to the Planck second, had to happen to make right now happen. And that is the truth. Doesn't mean what happened in the past was the right way to do it, but it has made right now happen. And right now is all we have, is now. That's the only thing we can say we really truly have is now. What did you find out now means? 0 and equals, well, there it is. Yep. Now equals 0.